Have you noticed that modern life increasingly feels fake? Not broken, not collapsing, just artificial. Like everything around you has been carefully optimized to extract something from you. Your attention, your money, your emotions, your time. Apps feel manipulative. Jobs feel manipulative. Dating feels manipulative. Even buying toothpaste somehow feels like entering a psychological warfare experiment designed by ex-NASA engineers and cocaine. And the weirdest part, most people feel it. Nobody fully trusts advertisements anymore. Nobody trusts influencers anymore. Nobody trusts corporations anymore. Nobody trusts the news anymore. Half the internet feels like bots talking to bots, while humans slowly lose the will to participate. And yet somehow, we all keep participating anyway, because modern life quietly transformed into something very different from what it used to be. Capitalism used to focus on selling products. Now it focuses on extracting human attention. And once attention became the most valuable asset on Earth, everything started mutating around it. Food became engineered for addiction. Apps became engineered for addiction. Social media became engineered for addiction. Even loneliness became monetized. And this is why modern life increasingly feels like one giant scam. Because in many ways, it actually is. The strange thing about scams is that the best ones don't feel like scams. They feel normal. Take subscriptions, for example. At first, subscriptions made sense. Netflix, reasonable, Spotify, convenient. But then suddenly, everything became a subscription. At this point, your refrigerator probably wants $14.99 a month just to continue refrigerating. Modern extraction economies don't destroy people all at once. They slowly bleed people over time, until eventually your entire financial life resembles death by 1,000 monthly charges. Companies openly call this increasing recurring user monetization, which is corporate language for, we found a way to financially haunt people forever. Gyms don't want healthy people. Social media apps don't want balanced people. News companies don't want informed people. They want addicted people, because addiction is predictable, and predictable behavior is profitable. That's why modern apps increasingly feel less like tools and more like slot machines. Your phone isn't competing for your attention anymore. It's competing for your nervous system. And social media made all of this infinitely worse. For most of human history, people compared themselves to maybe their neighbors, coworkers, friends. Now people compare themselves to millions of algorithmically enhanced fake lifestyles every single day. Private jets, perfect relationships, passive income, luxury apartments. 20-year-old entrepreneurs making $700,000 a month, teaching other people how to make $700,000 a month. And eventually people stop asking, is this realistic? And start asking, why isn't my life like this? Because social media doesn't sell reality. It sells emotional dissatisfaction. The entire system works better when people feel inadequate, because insecure people consume more. They buy more products, more courses, more supplements, more self-improvement, more status symbols. Modern marketing no longer sells products. It sells identity. You're not buying shoes, you're buying status. You're not buying skincare, you're buying hope. Entire teams of behavioral scientists, neuroscientists, and data analysts are hired specifically to keep people clicking, consuming, scrolling, and emotionally dependent. Which sounds dystopian, because it is. But the scam feeling goes deeper than apps and advertisements. College became a debt machine. Healthcare became a billing strategy. Dating apps became loneliness casinos. Corporate jobs became endless productivity theater. Even food feels fake now. Healthy products loaded with chemicals. Shrinkflation turning snack bags into expensive oxygen containers. Nothing feels honest anymore, because honesty is often less profitable than optimization. Once companies realized they could make more money maximizing engagement instead of maximizing trust, everything changed. This is why modern life increasingly feels emotionally exhausting, because people are constantly being psychologically processed. Every app wants engagement. Every company wants retention. Every platform wants watch time. And eventually people begin feeling less like citizens and more like users, less like humans and more like data. Modern society became an extraction machine disguised as convenience. And here's where this becomes genuinely dangerous, because societies cannot function long-term without trust, and trust is quietly collapsing everywhere. People don't trust governments, corporations, media, influencers. Every interaction starts feeling transactional. Networking, personal branding, growth hacking. Even human personality increasingly feels optimized for monetization. And AI is accelerating this problem dramatically. Fake people, fake voices, fake expertise, fake authority. We're entering an era where reality itself is becoming harder to verify. Once people lose trust in reality, society becomes psychologically unstable. Humans can survive hardship, but humans struggle to survive permanent uncertainty. People today feel mentally exhausted despite living in technologically advanced societies. They're overstimulated, overmarketed, over-optimized, over-extracted. Modern civilization increasingly feels like living inside a giant casino. The system doesn't even need people to be happy anymore. It just needs them functional enough to keep consuming. So no, you're not imagining it. Modern life genuinely does feel more manipulative than it used to. The internet didn't just connect humanity. It created the largest attention extraction system in human history. Once human attention became the world's most valuable commodity, everything started evolving around capturing it. Politics evolved around it. Media evolved around it. Corporations evolved around it. Algorithms evolved around it. Even human identity started evolving around it. Authenticity is difficult to scale, but manipulation scales beautifully. The real crisis nobody talks about: the collapse of trust, authenticity, and sincerity. Once every platform becomes manipulative, every product becomes addictive, and every interaction becomes transactional, people stop feeling like they're living and start feeling like they're being processed. Once you notice that, modern life becomes very hard to experience the same way ever again.